Nintendo are pretty well known for their weird and wonderful controller designs, whether it be the unusual N64 or the game-changing Wii controller. They are definitely known for experimenting when it comes to control methods. And now a new controller patent has been filed by Nintendo. It was actually filed back in June of this year, but was only published by the US Patent and Trademark Office yesterday. Now, this controller features a rather apparent touchscreen, and the full patent can be found on Free Patents Online and includes a large number of images, and there's also a official Nintendo file patent. Both of those links will be in the description below if you wish to give them a bash, and there's some rather interesting stuff there if you wish to see. Now, the important thing to keep in mind is that the patent does not mention the NX in any way. Now, we don't know when the NX is going to come out. If it's early 2016, this probably isn't to do with the NX. But if it's like later on 2016, then it might be. We just don't know. We know so little about the NX that it could literally be anything, or it could be something completely unrelated. So, the first quote that I have from the patent is, quote, "Game apparatus and information processing apparatus. A non-limiting example information processing apparatus comprises a housing, and the first portion of the housing is formed in an elliptical form when viewing from the front. A display panel and a touch panel constitute one main surface of the first portion. Holes are formed in left and right end portion of the display panel and the touch panel, and two operation sticks are provided through the two holes. When viewing the first portion from the front, an area except key tops of operation sticks becomes a display area." Now, I suggest that you take a look at the images that are in the patent. The best one to look at this for this rather is the Free Patents Online one. And if you go to on the Free Patents Online, you will see images of a rather unusual controller, as we have what looks like two thumbsticks with a touch screen in the middle, home buttons, as well as of course the shoulder buttons and grips for your hands, as well as what looks like zoom buttons as well, and of course your normal X and A and whatnot. Judging from the patent, and of course even if this is to do with the NX, things could change wildly before the console actually sees a release, so do keep that in mind. It does look like all of the controller rather is utilised as a screen, even the parts where your thumbs go over. Perhaps there'll be like periphery information there you don't really care about, and so basically the whole controller has information. Now this is entirely possible, this could even be like, say, a successor to the 3DS or something, or it could just be something like the Wii U but a bit smaller, a bit less cumbersome, shall we say. If they do go with this, it looks like a fairly slimline design, of course without any hands in the context, it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks slimline just from the design. Now, how good or bad this is, it's impossible to say without actually seeing it in action. I would prefer they go with something a bit more traditional, to be honest, but Nintendo are known for being experimental when it comes to their controllers and always trying to innovate and be creative, and they don't always succeed, but sometimes they do, and they succeed usually with great flourish. So it'd be interesting to see what actually comes of this, if this is for the NX or something else, and how this is actually going to be implemented into actual gameplay. The only issue I see with this potential design is that it could have a similar problem of the Wii U, that obviously you have to work a lot harder to port a game to that console, given that you have to take the second screen into consideration, which you do not have to do with, say, the PS4, the Xbox One, or of course the PC. Now, I suggest you take a look at the patent on Free Patents Online and let me know your thoughts. I'm curious. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.